if I were to go on a first date again, I would want to be courted. I would want to feel special. Girls take that more into consideration than guys do, so I feel like that's why guys should do that more than...
Well, don't you think...
This is priceless, guys. Oh my god. It's kidding me. I love how these girls tell on themselves every time. If I were to go on a first date again, I would like to be courted. But what's the implication here? The implication is that when she goes on a first date, the men that are taking this girl out are not courting her, which means she's actively choosing men that don't court women. So the implication is that you should be the loser that takes me out and courts me, but I'm not going to appreciate that. I'm only going to appreciate men that don't court me. Hello, and welcome to the heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, hitting all for notifications. If you'd like me to comment on a video or compilation, or maybe a Reddit post, send it to theheliosblog@gmail.com. Here we continue.
Think that a man also wants to feel special?
Of course men want to feel special. Okay, wait, let's see.
I think so too, but I
So
feel like...
why don't women court men?
They should.
They should. Women don't court men, and the reason they don't is because in our modern society, but I mean, it's been the case basically forever, that men court women as a matter of course. Now, here's why. The reason why men traditionally courted women is because men were expected to pay in order to gain sole access to a woman's basically children, right? The man wanted to assure paternity, and he basically paid the father of the woman in order to ensure paternity. That's the old school way of dating and of marriages, right? That's the old school way. But in the modern world, men are expected to follow their traditional role, and women can do whatever they want. Women can go to Las Vegas on their own, unaccompanied, right? Sleep with as many men as they possibly want, and men and society in general is expected to be all right with this and all other decisions that women make that are not in their best interest, right?
Absolutely.
Well,
it goes both ways.
They should, but are they?
It goes both ways. No, it does not go both ways, and it's utterly ridiculous that these girls are saying that it goes both ways. Basically, here's what's actually happening. These girls are on camera, so they can't look bad, so they have to always say, no, it's equal, it goes both ways. But of course, everybody knows that it doesn't go both ways, and it's utterly ridiculous to even mention that. Because we know how life runs. These girls aren't fooling anyone with their politician answer, right?
Depends on the woman.
Well, I mean, how often does that...
It does not depend on the woman. Like 1 in a million women maybe will court a guy, right? Very often, perfect freeze frame. Very often, a woman's way of courting a man is to pair up with a man, sleep with, a man who's far above her level, and expect him to start to give her more and more and more resources to upgrade the relationship. But he doesn't, because he sees the difference in value and isn't willing to commit. And so these women basically bounce from guy to guy to guy, none of them committing, and then they end up alpha widows, right? That's the modern society, 2022 relationship 101, right? Okay, so are they? No.
that happen?
Not often.
Okay.
Well, then
why?
maybe the man isn't looking for the right woman if that's...
Why?
Yeah, it's the no true Scotsman fallacy, right? So the no real woman would not court a guy. Sorry, let me phrase it in a positive way so it's easy to understand. A real woman would court a guy. That's what she's trying to say. No. That's a ridiculous statement. She doesn't even fall into that category. Women don't court men because they get so much attention, so much validation, that they feel that they're entitled to male attention. So, of course, they would never court a guy. And even when they have a superior guy giving them attention, they still won't feel the need to court the guy because they have so many millions of options that they would consider it demeaning or beneath themselves to court a guy.
Why do you think that there isn't a push to, like, you know, have women court men
Because
To
I
make
think
them
some
feel
people,
special.
because I think people look at the old time, but I think it should go both ways. I think you should.
Right, so she thinks you should go both ways, and she thinks that you should have equality, but you don't have equality, and that is exactly the point of womanism. The point of womanism is to have men be maximally chained while women are maximally liberated, which means it's not an equalist movement, it's actually a womanist movement, which we know. We know it's a woman superiority movement, and it's very clear in our modern society who you can and can't criticize, right? If you criticize women, your channel gets deplatformed, you get demonetized, the bread gets taken out of your mouth. But if you criticize men, including on TikTok and stuff like that, and even here, like there was literally a girl that said men are trash. If a man said that women are bad like that, it's over. You can't say that. So who you can't criticize is who rules you. So there you go. No equality. Clearly. Clear as day.
Should make your significant other feel special, and I think they should make you feel special.
No,
Right. But you making each other feel special is not what the guy is talking about. The guy is talking about courting. Courting is not making the person feel special. Courting is taking the person on dates, buying them things, providing a nice experience for them in the hope that they will then give you a relationship. Women don't do that.
I
be a
feel,
balance.
yeah, guys definitely feel the same way, no matter how
But
many.
for first
yeah.
date, I just think that you're just trying to impress, and that's why guys pay to impress, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Guys pay to impress, but actually it's really funny that they say this. Look at their expression, right? You can actually see it on both the girls' faces. They're not interested in the guys that pay to impress. Very clearly, right? Guys that pay to impress are not attractive. And men, you should take that as a lesson, right? Let that be a lesson to you. If you are paying to impress, you are not going to be respected. You're going to be disdained. Look at the girl on the left, her expression here. That is exactly how she feels. Exactly how she feels about men that pay to impress. It's clear as day. You can see it on her face. They do not respect men that do this. Don't be the guy that pays to impress. It's not going to go your way. It's actually going to go disastrously bad for you if you do. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
With that expectation just kind of like continues like the patriarchy and just like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of like
What? Okay. The patriarchy implies that men rule women and control the decisions in modern society. And that is definitely not how modern society is run. Modern society is a matriarchy. So men paying actually doesn't maintain the patriarchy. Men paying maintains the matriarchy. It maintains female superiority, right? Where the man is expected to supplicate and pay and impress, and the girl gets benefits for free. That does not favor the patriarchy, that favors the matriarchy, which is actually the current society we live in. Anyway, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree with any of my points. Again, that's what the comment section is for. Okay, let's continue.
like plays into it. So actually that's interesting. I just feel like that's the way it's been for so long. And
But I mean, doesn't that prove that the patriarchy benefits women?
Indeed. You see, he actually said exactly what I said. It does imply that the patriarchy benefits women, which actually implies that it's not a patriarchy at all. This girl's expression is perfect. She can't refute the point because the point is true.
I think it has pros and cons for both men and women. Yeah.
So it does not have pros for men, actually. In 2022 dating, all of the pros are in the pocket of women and all of the cons are in the pocket of men. Look at divorce, look at pay statistics, look at alimony, look at child support, look at being given free stuff, look at basically everything you can think of favors women. Criminal sentences, etc.
So why would women want to tear down the patriarchy if there's things in the patriarchy that benefit women?
Because most of it is detrimental. Yeah.
Right, most of the patriarchy is detrimental. Exactly. So that is exactly the point of womanism, right? The point of womanism is to destroy every single aspect of the patriarchy that hurts women, and to keep all of the pieces that favor women. That is exactly the point. So The point is, rules for thee, but not for me. You keep your traditional role and pay and take care of us and treat us in a legal sense like we're living in the 1900s or the 1800s, but we will be liberated, free women that can do whatever we want with whoever we want, however we want, in every situation we want, with no repercussions. That is exactly the modern world.
Most of it is, negative.
I'd say like the things in the patriarchy that benefit women in this scenario is like men just treating us with respect, and like the whole courtship situation is like men respecting women and taking them out.
But here's the thing. The respect is not what she's actually referring to. What she is calling respect is actually deference. But deference is given to a person who's superior to you. So if men by design have to defer to women, have to worship women and pay for women and supplicate for their attention, is that a patriarchy? And I conjecture that it is absolutely not a patriarchy, it is a matriarchy. Because she is talking about deference, she's not talking about respect. All people should respect each other in a human sense. They're a living, breathing, beautiful being, I agree. A being with life that's lucky to be on this planet. That is true. But from there to men should worship all women and treat them all like queens regardless of effort, ability, past choices, current choices, age, etc. is utterly ridiculous, and that's the current state. 2022 dating is exactly what this girl is describing, which is deference. Men are expected to defer, and here's the irony. The irony is if you defer, if you as a man believe what this girl says and you defer to women and you treat them like queens, you will be naturally selected out of the human race. You will never reproduce. That is natural selection right there. Exactly what this girl is saying.
Out on dates before they like, want to have sex with them or like want to fuck them or whatever. And I feel like that's just general respect. And like if that's the only aspect of the patriarchy that...
Here's the irony. This girl says that that's what she wants, but again she's telling on herself because that she's so upset at this concept implies that she never chooses men that do that. Also, why is she casually throwing F-bombs, you see? So if I throw F-bombs on YouTube, I get banned, but this girl can just freely throw F-bombs. Do you see how that shows who is ruling who? Do you understand what I'm saying? I have to actively control my vocabulary, my language, my tone. I have to control everything. And if I fail in even one of these little aspects, I get banned. But women are allowed to do whatever they want and speak however they want and trash on men however they want. And they're allowed to do that. Because why? Because matriarchy. That's why.
helps women, I'd still fucking tear it down.
Right.
I don't know. Like,
I mean, they're actively tearing it down as we speak. So, I mean, technically speaking, it's already torn down, right? Okay. Anyway, let's go on to our Reddit story here. So this one again is from Relationship Advice. I really like this. So let's read this here. My 23 GF can't hold a job or take care of herself, let alone help around the apartment. Uh-oh! Right, so, okay, before I go into reading this is 2022 dating in a nutshell. Entitlement, entitlement, entitlement. Extract, extract, extract. Take as much as you possibly can from your partner while giving as little in return as possible. Never do anything for the express purpose of pleasing your partner. These are the tenets of womanism today. 2022 dating. So, these women, many of them, what they're expecting is you go and you work a 9 to 5, 8 hours of your day, and you come home and you cook and you clean and you take care of her and you manage her emotional state. You do absolutely everything and she gives you her body. Does that seem fair to any of you? Leave a comment if you agree or disagree with what I'm describing here. Okay, anyway. A small intro. I'm a 25-year-old male currently working full-time and overtime in the security field. I have not much Not much to note other than overworking myself. My 23-year-old girlfriend has a list of self-diagnosed issues a mile long. She includes claiming to have dissociative identity disorder, but only when an adult comes around, and then she acts like a 5-year-old. Or passes out when confronted with her own behavior. So basically, this girl does not have dissociative identity. What she has is a thing called BPD. That's my guess. BPD, borderline personality disorder. I can't really describe it in too much detail here because YouTube doesn't really like it. But you can look it up. It's very bad, and you should not be in a relationship with a girl like that. Anyway, I've been with my GF for almost 2 years now, and she's my first partner. Uh-oh! Red flag number 1. Okay, here's the thing. If a man has less partners than his girl, here is the problem. If a man has less partners, it means she's more experienced than him. Hypergamy dictates that she will feel superior to him. So hypergamy dictates that her dualistic mating strategy will kick in. She will treat this man as a beta, Black Widow spider him, and what that means is she'll rip off his head and suck on his innards, extracting as much resources out of the guy as possible, while also searching for an alpha to have genes from. So she'll try to get impregnated by an alpha while extracting the resources out of a beta. So clearly, already implied by this is that he's already in a terrible situation. But anyway, let's move on. Things were going great at the start, but like a love-blind youth with my own family issues, she talked me into getting an apartment together with her after only 6 months. Uh-oh! So you mean I'm right about the Black Widow spider thing? Now she's going to try to extract as much resources as possible out of this poor man. Men, if you don't listen to anything on my channel more, listen to these 3 words, okay? Are you ready? Are you listening? Do not cohabitate. Never live together. You have nothing to gain and everything to lose. Unless you have an express goal of having children with your girl, in which case, get married and have those kids and then get divorced later. Suck it up. You're just going to have to be a superior man so you can afford the divorce and child support payments. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to go your own way, or if you want to be happy, actually happy in the long term, don't cohabitate. Nothing to gain, everything to lose. At the time, we both had okay-ish jobs, and the promise was to split the bills. Uh-oh! Equal relationship also implies that the girl sees herself as superior to the man. Anyway, what's going to happen is, as I said, Black Widow spider. That's my prediction. Let's see if I'm right. Well, moving time comes and she doesn't want to work her gig jobs alone, so I ride along on them. No biggie, more time together. Jumping forward a year, I've jumped jobs for better pay and career advancement, working 60 hours a week and cleaning house. While she quits jobs faster than she can get them because they're hard, retail, or they don't respect me because they tell her what to do. We have a joint account for bills, but she spends the money on fast food or game streaming supplies, claiming she'll make that her job. Guys, I mean, do I need to go on? This is literally extract, control, steal, take. Like, is it clear to everyone else? Please leave a comment if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying here. That's all I'm seeing here. Being supportive, there's another red flag. Again, like this, it's obvious, right? The girl sees the guy as a beta male, he's an easy mark, he makes a lot of money. Guys, if you're making a lot of money, just know that if you're not savvy to the way the world works, you're going to become a mark. You're going to become this guy. Women will actively seek you out to try and extract from you. Just know that. Know that. It's going to happen. If you don't know what's going on, you're going to be destroyed. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Being supportive, I get her set up, but make the rule she needs a normal job until streaming makes her more than her day job. She agrees. Guys, how many of you want to guess that she's not going to do what she said she's going to do, and instead she's going to impulsively waste her time and extract resources out of the guy? How many of you want to bet? Jumping to today. Our lease is almost up. She lost a cushy manager job I pretty much handed her, whole blown out resume which the owner loved, on the second day because she agreed to 10 hours then told them she can't work more than 6. Right, so she's not of her word, you see? She's messing with those people, she's messing with the guy she's with too. Like, past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior. Do you guys, are you seeing this? I hope you're seeing this. She's been without a job for 2 months and does nothing but make messes and play VR chat. Uh-oh. She'll sit in piles of trash and whine at me to clean it up. I currently work 2 jobs 7 days a week to make ends meet and am dead at the end of the day. Okay, now men, here's something. And I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that so many men are going their own way, really. Because so many men have to come home to girls who literally won't even take the time out of their day to clean up some trash. The guy is literally killing himself. And what does he get? What does he gain from this relationship? He gains a girl's body, I guess, regularly. But outside of that, what does he gain? He gains much more of a headache than what he puts in. This guy would actually be much happier being single. Really. He'd be much better off. He doesn't have an anchor attached to him. Imagine how much better it would be if he had a girl that actually treated him with respect. Imagine what a different world it would be for this guy. A girl who cleans up, who cooks for him, who hugs him when he comes home, who treats him with respect and deference. Imagine you kill yourself and you come home to that. It would be a treasure, right? But instead, this is what he gets. Okay, I do love her very much, but the effort of caring for her and keeping things afloat is causing enough stress. My liver is struggling, according to my doctor, and my hair is falling out. I'm not sure if I should ask her to move back home when I renew the lease. If I bring it up to her, she starts crying about me being just like her exes. Guys, reading this, I'm at the point where I'm not sure if life is comedy or tragedy. Because it's both, simultaneously. It's hilarious how much and how badly she's using this guy. But it's also simultaneously funny and sad. Because he's being destroyed, he's being crushed by this anchor. And frankly, he doesn't need to be in this. TLDR, first time relationship has turned rocky after moving in together and I don't know what to do. Well, you should have probably not moved in together. I mean, for one. Okay, a top comment. Are you ready? Why are you still with this woman? Hopefully you have no plans to marry her. You need to step away from this relationship and she should seek therapy and go stay with her parents. Clearly she's looking for you to take care of her and she's not looking for an equal relationship. She brings no value, care, or life. Okay, equal relationships are a farce. They don't exist. But everything else here is true. The guy should get out and get out fast. Because this girl is a total disaster. Guys, never, ever, ever put up with this crap. It'll destroy you. I mean, look. His liver and hair is falling out. Like what more needs to be said? Alright. I think we're going to end the video here. If you're liking the videos, guys, if you're really enjoying this, please subscribe on your way out. Also, leave a comment if you agree or disagree with what I'm talking about. Again, it's greatly appreciated, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.